welcome back to Adventures with Taryn. So today, well, in the next months, I guess, it's going to take a long time, we're going to turn this pile of wood behind me, this beautiful pile of wood, into a loft bed with a desk on the bottom and a bed on the top. And we're going to have stairs on it, and we've already got a stair. Hey, I got out my laptop because my box just broke. Don't need that anymore. And this is one of the stairs. This is rough cut lumber that came from the farm that we hand planed, and we're going to leave these saw marks in it. And this is going to be a stair. This is wood that my dad helped my papaw get 30 years ago. So we've been keeping it for 30 years. We're going to load the big boards in the car, and we're going to take them to my uncle's house, and he's going to use his big electric planer to plane them.
What are you going to plane them to?
The same thickness.
Why do they need to be the same thickness? Because when you put the boards beside each other to make your bed, you want them to be the same. You want to be the same thickness. You don't want one board to be sticking up above the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But we're only going to do that with some of the boards. The steps, the board like you're holding in your hand, the steps, we're going to hand plane those with old school manual, like it's like a large razor blade. Yep. Yep. Okay. We'll get it loaded, okay? Hey everybody. So Taryn just left. She went with my wife to go pick up litter on the road we live on. We live on a real small road, and unfortunately a lot of the people in the area, they litter. They throw their cans and cups and things out on the road. It's really frustrating, but Taryn is always one of the first to kind of organize a cleanup type activity. And so her and the wife are out right now picking up trash on the road after we've had a lot of heavy rain. What I'm left in charge here doing is I am planing out the posts for the corners of her loft bed. What these are basically reclaimed salvage wood. We're not buying any lumber for this project. We're using lumber that either my dad has salvaged from jobs he's done, or we've salvaged, or we've gotten from barn/estate type sales, or it's lumber that we actually logged and milled here on the farm. A large portion of the lumber we're using on this is coming from trees that I helped my dad cut down 32 years ago when I was Taryn's age. We cut them down, had them milled, and they've been in storage ever since then. So it's really cool that we're able to do that, make this out of lumber from the farm. What I'm doing now when I'm planing is I'm taking this old hand planer. There are electric planers. You saw previously we used a large planer to plane the boards with. Think of this as like a razor that you would shave your face or your legs or whatever with. And what this is a pretty heavy-duty steel bottom that's level. And then protruding from the bottom of that is a heavy-duty steel, like razor blade, if you don't think about it that. So every time you pass this over the board, it shaves off a strip of wood. What you're doing is you're trying to remove any imperfections, any rough spots, any high spots in the wood. And the more times that you do it and going back and forth across the whole surface, you end up with a relatively uniform thickness piece of lumber that you have to work with. So we've got to do this to all 4 corner posts and get these worked out, and then we'll take them down and we will begin to start assembling the basic frame of the loft bed itself. you get 92 inches?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Alright, we're going to make this the top of the bed, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so, measure down 24 inches.
Hold it.
You don't have to, it's got a hook right there, so it'll hook.
Yeah,
Pull it down, measure 24 inches. And so you've got 24 inches on this post, you've got 24 inches on that post. And so what we're going to do is...
well, we've got to get, like, that head, the head for that one is on the other end, I think.
Well, look, no, we
No,
marked over here. So what's going to happen is this stud that we just sawed is going to go between this post and that post to hold these posts together, and it's also going to become the part of the bottom frame that your bed is going to rest on, okay?
Okay.
All right, baby, so what we've done now, we've put this brace across between the two posts.
Okay.
Your bed's going to lay on it up here, okay?
Yeah.
In this direction. So this is going to be one of the sides of your bed, okay? We got to make
Okay.
another one of these, just like it, and then we're going to connect the two sides together with a brace that goes between the two sides
Yeah.
to make like a rectangular box, okay?
But we can't do that yet because we have to do that when it gets in my room.
Well, we're going to set it up down here and then take it apart to take it back to your room.
Okay.
So we're going to put it together on the patio, and then we'll disassemble it to take it to your room.
Okay.
Okay?
So, like, we can build it and I can go up in it and test it?
Not necessarily, because you won't have your mattress in it down here. We're
Well,
gonna,
I can climb the ladder.
well, the ladder will be the last thing we build. We're going to build the frame
Yeah,
first.
we
Okay?
gotta build the ladder last.
All right, I'm moving this over out of the way. We'll cut the post for the next one.
Okay.
Okay, we've got the basic frame assembled here now, and thinking about what we're going to do, I've drawn out a set of plans, but I think, so it's obviously it's too wide to walk through a doorway with it being 7 feet tall and 4 feet wide. I mean, there aren't any doorways that big. So what I'm probably going to do is, and the way I've put it together, I can actually take the screws out of the 4 posts, and it'll still leave this rectangular bottom frame here together, and we'll take the post and the bottom frame up to her bedroom. I'll assemble them there, and then I will cut the side panels that are going to go on it and everything. I'll measure them after I get it set in the bedroom and get the posts situated vertically and get them level, basically get them plumb. Plumb means straight up and down, not leaning. So I know you've never heard that term before, but so we got to get that done, and then I'll get the side paneling, which is, I don't have any of it out here, but it's all of the poplar that we planed, you know. So we're gonna put the outside edges here are gonna look like smooth, just natural poplar. You don't want to stain it, you said. You want to just leave it natural. So that's a little different, but that's what she wants. So that'll be the next step once we get this up there and get it put into her room. But it's going to be pretty large. I actually oversized it to make it large enough for a extra long twin bed in case she decides to put an extra long twin mattress in it. And then I still have a landing over here on the far bottom edge where when she comes up her ladder, she'll have a landing here, and then she can transition into the mattress so she don't just come up a ladder onto the mattress. So anyway, that's where we're at for now.
Yeah.
And anything you want to add?
No.
No?
Other than I'll have to sleep somewhere else, which isn't a big deal.
Yeah, you'll have to probably sleep, in the bonus room for a day or two till we get the bed fully assembled and get it good and get the spanners going across here to hold the mattress up and everything in place.
Yeah, because we have to take my bed out.
We'll have to take your bed out. That's exactly right. So anyway, that's where we're at for now.
Yep.
All right.
See you when we check in again.
Yep.
Which we might be inside.
Yeah. All right.
So now it's inside, and next we've got to get the bottom right here up so we can put the mattress in, and then we got to get the side paneling for the sides, obviously, and then we can do the desk and the ladder. So.
All right, everybody. So we're back at it over here now. We took a couple days away from working on the bed. The weather was really warm and really dry here, and we had a lot of outside stuff that needed to get done. Well,
now it's raining.
It's raining. Taryn's behind the camera. She's actually running the camera, and so she wanted me to talk about what we're going to do now. What you see beside me here is, first, these are some of the planed boards where you saw the video clip where we took these to my uncle's house and he ran these through the planer. This is what the boards looked like before. Not that, obviously, but this one's got a lot of like termite damage, rot to it, so a lot of this is going to be wasted, but we're not going to use any of that for this project. But all these boards started off like this basically, and when you run them through the planer, they show up like this, and you can see all the powder post beetles in here. You can see the saw marks. These were cut using a large circular saw, probably a 6 or 8 foot diameter saw blade, and you can see those grooves going through here. Same thing with this one. So Taryn has went through, I think we had 8 or 9 boards planed down, and she went through and she picked 3 boards that she wants to be the outside edge of the bed. And the reason she picked these is, as you can see, they still have this live edge. Live edge basically just means bark. Mm-hmm. So these boards, there's 3 here stacked together. They all look similar, but they all have this bark edge on one, or in one of these cases, I think both sides have bark on them. And so she wanted to have that bark showing up on her bed just for something different. The other boards that we've got, they either didn't have the bark, or they were a different thickness, or different, just some of them had more green on them, because poplar tends to have a lot of green kind of center, material in it. It's kind of a greenish color, and that's kind of hard to get stained out or anything. But what we're going to do with these is, she's not going to stain them. This is actually the sample. This is cut off of one of these. It's probably the one in the back here. This is just a little piece that I had cut off. And what we did was, she didn't want it stained. She wanted it to be the natural color. So I kind of, halfway down the middle of this, I did one side of it with a matte finish polyurethane, and then the other side I did a marine grade polyurethane varnish basically. So it's a lot thicker, a lot more water repellent, and the two actually have a slightly different color to it. You probably can't see it much there, but
you kind of can.
But one has a little bit of brownish color to it. One is more just truly clear. So she wants me to use the marine grade finish. So whenever we get these, we're going to measure her bed. We're going to get these cut to size, and then after I get them cut to size, and I'm going to do a test fit to make sure that everything fits in place properly, then I'm going to come down and I'm going to put a coat of polyurethane on these, let them dry for a couple days, get really good, and get to the way they're not so strong smelling wise, and then we'll take them up and put them on the bed. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and also cut the slats. The slats are the bottom pieces, the support pieces, what the bed is going to rest on. So I'm going to cut those slats, we'll take them up, we'll screw them into the bottom of the bed, and then it'll be ready for us to actually put her mattress up on the bed. Taryn, you want to add anything?
No.
No? Alright, well, we got the hardest part's done. Getting that frame built, getting it all laid out, drawn up, getting that frame good and square was the hard part. Now we're just cutting the pieces, and we're going to either screw all these pieces on. Some of these are going to be screwed directly in. Some of these I'm going to have to use my pocket hole, my Craig Jig pocket hole set, and I'm going to have to cut pocket holes into them. That way we don't see the screws from the outside of the bed. Everything will be kind of hidden and tucked away where you won't be able to see the screws. So, all right, let's get to working. Let's start putting those slats on, okay?
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Well, we got the slats for the bottom of her bed cut, and I've got one of the landing boards cut and screwed into place, and I'm just doing a test fit up here with this other board. So what I'm doing is, the slats going across underneath her bed, you can see there. So those are all 1 inch thick poplar that we had planed, and they're resting on top of this rough cut true 2x4 pine studs here that we've got. So I've got the slats going across here. The landing area here, you'll see here, there's actually going to be a little gap. We talked about it, and she's fine with having a little bit of a space there. This landing is 5/4 thickness poplar. So it's a little bit over thickness, oversized, and I wanted to go a little bit thicker because if this truly is where she's going to be climbing up onto, all of her weight will be resting on these boards right here. So I'm going to get these marked, get this one board here marked and cut. But before I do that, I'm going to put a temporary ladder up here and let her get up in there and just make sure everything feels comfortable before I finalize the location of all these slats. I just want it to be comfortable, sturdy. And then I've still got a couple ideas in mind for this ladder and how the ladder is going to come down. And I think I'm going to use some more Western Cedar 4x4 legs for the ladder. And then when I put those legs down for this ladder, there's a little bit of wobble in the frame of the loft bed here, just because it's so high off the ground. When I get that ladder put in position here and I get the steps on it, that's going to push it up against the wall. It'll make it snug. And then when I get the under area, when I get her desk area put in here, it'll tie all those legs together and just firm it up and make it more sturdy as well there. But I'm going to get this ladder up and let her get up in it for her test, for her first climb in the bed test sit. What do you think, babe?
I like it.
You like it? Is it sturdy? It did not pop or anything when you climbed in. That's good, because Trey's bed pops every time he gets in and out of it.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I know. I can hear him in my room
right
too.
down the hall.
I need to try to fix his bed and see why it's doing that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's really high.
I hear him getting up at night to use the bathroom.
Yep. That's good and sturdy. And you said it feels just like your other bed, right?
Yeah, I can't feel holes.
You can't feel the slats underneath. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so you're going to come down in just a second. You're going to show me your idea that you have for underneath for your desk and all that, okay? All right, come on down. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave the live edge, the bark side, facing down, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of tight. Nope, not yet. So I'm going to get underneath here, and I'm going to position it, and then I'm going to level it up, and then I'll screw it in, okay? So you just hold that side for now, okay? Still got it? Okay, I got it. Now, go get me another screw.
Right.
They're behind you, behind the camera.
How many more?
Just one. Then bring me the drill. Alright, so we got the first panel up. We've only got 2 screws in it because I'm going to take it back down. This is just kind of a test fit. I'm going to take it back down. We'll take it down to the basement and we'll put the polyurethane finish on it. This is the top panel that's going to go up above it here to kind of keep her from rolling out of the bed. And what I had to do there with this one, because there's not anything for me to screw it to, is I've made some pocket holes with a Craig jig set here. And so what I'm going to do then, when I put this up here and put it in position, I'm going to screw these screws in from the side, and they'll go in, and they'll go into these Western Cedar posts here, and you won't see any screws anywhere from the outside. I'm trying to do this so that when it's all finished, you won't see any screws or screw holes or nail holes or anything like that. So we're going to get this put up there. This is the other side of it, same thing. She wanted to keep the bark edge on it, so when we put it up, this bark edge will be facing out so that anybody that comes around and sees it, they'll be able to see that. All right, let's get this put up there, baby. All right.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have one and I have one.
One more.
And then I could get down and see how it looks.
Mm-hmm. You like that? I think it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that wood just looks super cool.
I think it looks good without being stained.
Well, we're not staining it. We're just putting a clear coat on it for protection.
Oh, okay.
But you're not going to be setting anything on it. So if you don't want to put a clear coat on it, we don't have to right now. We can always take those panels off and put them on. Put them back on. Take them off, polyurethane them, and then put them back on.
Yeah, I like them how they are.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to finish putting screws in this bottom one, and then this side right here will be done for now, okay?